All right, welcome back. So, we've done the heavy lifting, right? We've got this amazing, detailed AI-generated plan. But here's the thing. Now we've got to actually do something with it. This is the most critical part, turning all that planning into reality. Today, we're going to build that bridge between thinking and doing. Let's get right into it.
And wow, isn't that the truth? A plan, no matter how perfect, is just, well, it's just pixels on a screen until we actually take action. It's not doing anything for us, just sitting there. So that's what this is all about. I'm going to give you the practical, hands-on tools to take that awesome plan you've built and start turning it into real, tangible results. Like right now, today.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about the plan-action gap. Why we get stuck. Then, I've got some powerful tools for you. Finding your action trigger and managing that inner resistance. We'll wrap it all up by learning how to build a momentum loop and figuring out your immediate first step. Okay, first up, the plan-action gap. Let's talk about why even the best, most thought-out plans can just stall out before they even begin. And isn't that kind of wild when you think about it? It's not that we don't know what to do. We have all the information, all the steps are laid out, but the sheer weight of the plan itself can be completely overwhelming. That feeling of, oh my gosh, where do I even begin? It's totally normal. It happens to literally everyone, even the most motivated among us. But don't worry, there is absolutely a way to push through it.
So, how do we break through that paralysis? Well, we need to find what I like to call an action trigger. This, my friends, is the real secret to just getting the engine started.
Yeah, that's the big one, isn't it? Where do I even begin? It's the question that just stops us cold in our tracks. Because when you're staring at the entire mountain you're supposed to climb, it feels impossible to answer. So here's the trick. Stop looking at the mountain. We're going to look for one tiny little pebble. And this is so important to get. An action trigger is not about making some huge leap forward. Not at all. It's just about breaking that inertia. That feeling of being stuck. The whole point is to make that first step so ridiculously, unbelievably small and easy that your brain doesn't even have time to come up with an excuse not to do it. Just look at these examples. They're so simple, right? Your big, scary plan might say, create a comprehensive marketing strategy. Whoa, that's huge. But the action trigger? It's just open a new document and title it Marketing Plan. That's it. Anybody can do that in, 10 seconds? See, the point isn't the task. It's the act of starting. That's the magic. Okay, your turn. I'm serious. Let's do this right now. If you can, pause and pull up that plan you've been working on. Find that first big item on your list. Now, I want you to break it down. What is the tiniest, almost laughably simple first physical action you could take? Just identify it. What is it? Awesome. Hopefully you've got your action trigger picked out, but you know how it goes. Sometimes, even with the tiniest step, our brains can still throw up a roadblock. That little voice of fear or doubt or just good old procrastination starts whispering. So we need a tool to manage that. And listen, this right here is a total game changer. You do not have to wait until you magically feel unafraid or motivated. That day might never come. Fear and resistance, they're just a normal part of doing anything important. The real key isn't to get rid of them, it's to learn how to act with them, to let them be in the passenger seat while you're still driving the car. So here's a really simple 4-step process for that. I call it the emotional check-in. First, just acknowledge it. Notice that feeling and don't judge yourself for it. It's just there. Second, locate it. Where do you physically feel it? In your stomach, your chest? Third, separate. This is big. Realize that feeling isn't you. It's just a temporary signal passing through. And finally, the most powerful part, you reframe it. This right here, this can be your new mantra. By saying this to yourself, you're connecting this tiny little action back to your big why, your overall vision. And suddenly, that reason becomes way more powerful than the temporary feeling of discomfort or fear. You're basically telling your brain, yeah, I feel this, but my goals are more important. You're putting your vision back in the driver's seat. Okay, on to our third tool. This is where it all comes together. So you've taken that first tiny step. You know how to handle the inner resistance when it pops up, but how do you keep it going? How do you turn one small action into consistent progress? Well, you build a momentum loop. Think of this as a cycle, not a straight line. It's simple. 1, you start with your plan. 2, you act. You do your little action trigger. 3, and this is super important, you review. You just take a second to ask, okay, what just happened? What did I learn? And 4, you refine. Based on what you just learned, you tweak your plan for the next action. It's this simple loop: plan, act, review, refine. It turns just doing stuff into smart, focused progress. And hey, this is where that AI partner you used becomes so powerful again. It's not just a one and done tool for making the initial plan. After you take an action, you can go right back to it and say, okay, I just did this. Based on our plan, what's the next tiny action? It helps you with that review and refine stage so you don't get bogged down. It keeps you moving. All right, let's zoom out. We've covered a ton of ground here. We've basically built a bridge from that big idea in your head to a solid AI-generated plan, and now all the way to taking real action in the real world. Let's put a bow on it. So here it is, your action toolkit. It's really just these 3 core ideas. First, find your tiny, effortless action trigger. Second, use that emotional check-in to handle the fear and doubt. And third, use the momentum loop to keep the ball rolling. That's it. That's the system to get unstuck and build real momentum. So after all that, there's really only one question that matters right now. Not what you're going to do next week, not even what you're going to do tomorrow. The only question is, what's your very next step? And here's the answer. Go. Do your action trigger. Seriously, the one you thought of just a few minutes ago? As soon as we're done here, I want you to go and just do that one tiny thing. It's the simplest, most powerful way to prove to yourself that you are in charge and that this amazing plan of yours is officially, finally, in motion. You've got this.